Current market value of 10 Tudor models, 2025. In the world of horology, few brands have undergone as dramatic a transformation as Tudor. Once seen as the gateway to Rolex, Tudor has carved out a legacy entirely its own, one defined by bold design choices, military-grade durability, and increasingly impressive secondary market performance. And today, in 2025, Tudor watches are not just dependable tools, they are valuable assets in the portfolios of collectors worldwide. In this video, we're diving deep into the top 10 Tudor models making waves on the market right now, what they're worth, why they're trending, and the real forces shaping their 2025 valuations. If you're passionate about watches, investment-grade timepieces, or simply love hearing the stories behind these mechanical works of art, then make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video with a fellow watch lover. It truly helps the channel grow and brings more horological content your way. Now, let's step into the world of Tudor's rising stars. Here are the top 10 Tudor models by current market value in 2025. 10. Tudor 1926. We begin our 2025 ranking with a model that quietly embodies the elegance of early 20th century watchmaking. The Tudor 1926. Unlike the rugged tool watches Tudor is known for, the 1926 speaks a different language: refinement, subtlety, and timeless restraint. The most distinctive feature of the 1926 is its textured waffle dial, a pattern that catches light softly, adding depth without shouting for attention. Paired with applied markers, fouille-style hands, and a slim polished bezel, the watch feels graceful yet unmistakably precise. It's the kind of design that looks just as natural in a formal setting as it does during everyday wear. In 2025, the Tudor 1926 has gained newfound appreciation on the secondary market, now valued between $1,900 and $2,200, showing a modest but steady rise from previous years. Collectors are beginning to rediscover the appeal of understated, dress-leaning watches, especially as the market shifts toward pieces that balance heritage with versatility. Part of its charm lies in its flexibility. Offered in multiple sizes, 28, 36, 39, and 41 millimeters, the 1926 adapts to a wide range of wrists and tastes. Whether fitted on a steel bracelet or leather strap, it maintains a clean, classic presence that feels immune to trends. What makes the 1926 compelling is how effortlessly it blends old-world design with modern reliability. Behind its vintage facade lies a dependable automatic movement and the robust build quality Tudor is known for. It's not trying to be a dive watch, a pilot watch, or a military tool. It's simply a timeless timepiece crafted for those who appreciate subtle sophistication. For 2025, the Tudor 1926 earns the number 10 position not through boldness, but through purity. It's a watch that proves elegance doesn't need extravagance, and that sometimes the quietest model in the catalog is the one that matures best with time. 9. Tudor Pelagos 39. At number 9, we arrive at a watch that has quietly redefined the modern dive category, the Tudor Pelagos 39. While the traditional Pelagos line represents Tudor's most technical and uncompromising diving heritage, the Pelagos 39 introduces a new philosophy, one that balances professional capability with effortless daily wear. Crafted in lightweight Grade 2 titanium, the Pelagos 39 feels almost weightless the moment it touches the wrist, yet its sturdiness is undeniable. Its matte surfaces and crisp geometry give it a purposeful, tool-oriented character, while the slim 39mm size makes it approachable and refined. The sunray-brushed black dial is where the watch reveals its quiet sophistication. Under soft light, it appears stealthy and minimalistic, but in bright daylight, subtle radial reflections emerge, adding a layer of elegance that distinguishes it from the more utilitarian Pelagos models. The bezel, with its monochromatic titanium finish, completes the seamless, modern aesthetic. The watch remains pure Pelagos: large, bright lume markers, Tudor's snowflake hands, and outstanding underwater legibility. Paired with a bracelet featuring Tudor's excellent clasp system and an included rubber strap, the watch adapts effortlessly to travel, work, or adventure. In 2025, Its market value reflects this growing appeal. Most full-set examples trade between $4,200 and $4,700, supported by strong demand from collectors seeking a versatile diver that can transition confidently from ocean depths to city streets. It aligns perfectly with the industry's trend toward mid-sized, precision-focused sports watches. Ultimately, the Pelagos 39 earns its place on this list because it harmonizes capability and elegance better than almost any modern diver. Light on the wrist, strong in spirit, and unmistakably Tudor, it captures the essence of a tool watch adapted for the modern world, refined, balanced, and ready for anything. 8. Tudor Black Bay Ceramic. At number 8, we highlight a watch that stands uniquely apart from the rest of Tudor's lineup, the Black Bay Ceramic. It remains one of the brand's boldest expressions, a model that signaled Tudor's entry into a more technical, experimental era. While many Tudor references draw from heritage, the ceramic looks firmly toward the future, blending stealth aesthetics with master-level mechanical performance. The matte black ceramic case is the soul of this watch. It absorbs light instead of reflecting it, giving the piece a velvety softness that contrasts beautifully with its sharp, disciplined lines. On the wrist, the ceramic carries a quiet authority, never flashy, yet impossible to overlook. Paired with the blacked-out bezel and dial, it becomes a monochrome study in minimalism, a watch that feels both contemporary and timeless in its restraint. Inside the Metis-certified MT5 602-1, U movement reinforces the watch's technical ambition. With anti-magnetic resistance up to 15,000 Gauss and master chronometer accuracy, it represents one of Tudor's most advanced calibers. The industrial black finishing on the movement only deepens the watch's identity, purposeful, modern, and uncompromising. In 2025, the Black Bay Ceramic maintains a strong secondary market value between $4,300 and $4,900, driven by collectors who appreciate its fusion of innovation and subtle elegance. It appeals to those who want something different from traditional steel divers, something quieter, more architectural, more introspective in its design language. The ceramic earns its place on this list because it embodies a new kind of Tudor, technically sophisticated, aesthetically disciplined, and undeniably magnetic in its silent confidence. It is a watch chosen not to be seen, but to be understood. 7. Tudor Black Bay Pro. At number 7, we arrive at a watch that has grown into one of Tudor's most character-rich creations, the Black Bay Pro. From the moment it was introduced, the Pro captured attention with a design that felt both familiar and freshly purposeful. In 2025, its presence on the market is stronger than ever, standing as one of the most compelling GMT watches in its entire price segment. The Black Bay Pro embraces a 39mm case that feels dense, compact, and reassuringly solid, a deliberate nod to classic expedition timepieces. On the wrist, the Pro settles with a confident weight, the kind of heft that reminds you you're wearing a serious instrument. Its fixed steel bezel, with crisp 24-hour markings, gives the watch a grounded, utilitarian charm. Nothing feels decorative. Everything feels intentional. The matte black dial deepens that sense of purpose. Large luminous markers, Tudor's signature snowflake hands, and the warm pop of the yellow GMT hand create a balanced composition that remains legible in any environment. It is a dial built for clarity. No gloss, no distractions, just honest function. Even under bright sunlight, the Pro maintains a subdued sophistication, proving that a tool watch can be rugged without appearing harsh. At the heart of the Black Bay Pro is the MT5652 movement, Tudor's true GMT caliber with an independently adjustable jumping hour hand. This single feature has earned it the admiration of frequent travelers and watch purists alike. The movement's reliability, COSC certification, and practical functionality elevate the Pro far above its price class, making it a go-to recommendation for those seeking a serious travel watch. In 2025, its market value remains consistently strong. Most full-set examples trade between $3,700 and $4,200, depending on condition and bracelet choice. Its demand stems not from hype, but from authenticity. In a world where many GMT watches lean heavily into commercial design cues, the Black Bay Pro feels grounded, an explorer's companion rather than a fashion statement. That is why the Tudor Black Bay Pro finds itself at number 7 in our 2025 market ranking. It is a watch of substance, compact, capable, technically refined, and unmistakably Tudor, a true GMT tool watch for those who value purpose as much as style. 6. Tudor Black Bay GMT Pepsi. At number 6, we arrive at a watch beloved by collectors worldwide, the Tudor Black Bay GMT Pepsi. In 2025, it remains one of Tudor's most recognizable and emotionally resonant models, blending modern engineering with a design language rooted in the golden era of aviation. The bezel is the first detail that captivates you. Its red and blue aluminum insert carries a soft, matte warmth that ceramic can't replicate. The colors aren't loud or glossy. They feel gently aged, giving the watch a subtle vintage presence, as if it already carries stories of past journeys. Yet the execution is fully modern, with tight tolerances, crisp numerals, and a confident, satisfying click. The dial strengthens this appeal. Tudor's snowflake hands sweep across a matte black surface built for clarity, while the bright red GMT hand adds motion and purpose. The layout feels balanced, straightforward, and undeniably functional. A watch made for real travelers, not trend followers. Powering the watch is Tudor's MT5652, a true GMT caliber with a jumping local hour hand, essential for frequent flyers, Cox certified and engineered for durability. It stands as a milestone in Tudor's in-house capability. In 2025, its secondary market value remains strong at $3,800 to $4,300, driven by steady demand and a growing appreciation for useful complications. As Rolex GMT Master 2 availability tightens, the Tudor GMT Pepsi fills the space with authenticity rather than imitation. It isn't a substitute, it's a statement. That is why it holds the number 6 position. Its market strength, its timeless design, and the emotional spark that has made it a modern classic with a vintage soul. 5. Tudor Black Bay Burgundy Metas. At number 5, we arrive at a watch that beautifully unites Tudor's vintage charm with its modern technical ambitions, the Black Bay Burgundy Metas. This latest generation takes an already beloved design and elevates it with refinement, balance, and master chronometer performance. The iconic burgundy bezel remains the emotional centerpiece, rich, warm, and subtly matte. It carries a nostalgic hue that feels more mature and nuanced than earlier versions. It gives the watch a gentle personality, vintage in spirit, but executed with contemporary restraint. The slimmer, resculpted case enhances this elegance, allowing the burgundy Metas to wear with a quiet confidence that is both sporty and refined. Beneath the dial lies the MT5602U movement, METAS, certified for accuracy and anti-magnetic resistance up to 15,000 Gauss. This technical leap transforms the Burgundy from a heritage-inspired diver into a true modern performer. It feels engineered, deliberate, and silently competent, precisely the sort of mechanical integrity collectors admire. The watch adapts beautifully across Tudor's bracelet options, each giving it a slightly different voice. The 5-link bracelet adds sophistication, the 3-link brings classic tool watch spirit, and the fabric strap highlights its vintage roots. In 2025, the Burgundy Metas holds a strong secondary market value of $4,000 to $4,600, driven by collectors who appreciate its blend of history and high-precision engineering. It appeals to those who want a watch that honors Tudor's past without living in it, a piece that feels both familiar and forward-looking. That is why the Burgundy Metas earns the 5th position in our ranking. An elegant merging of heritage warmth and modern technical excellence. 4. Tudor Black Bay 58 Navy Blue. At number 4, we arrive at a watch that has come to define Tudor's modern identity, the Black Bay 58 Navy Blue. Few models in the brand's recent history have captured the hearts of collectors quite like the BB58, and the navy blue variant distills everything that makes this line special into a single, beautifully balanced package. At 39 millimeters with a slim, graceful profile, the navy blue wears like a piece of mid-century diving history revived for the present day. Its size is not simply comfortable, it feels intentional, almost poetic, as if Tudor has rediscovered the golden formula for a truly timeless sports watch. The matte navy dial and bezel are quietly enchanting. Unlike brighter, more modern blues, this shade feels soft, restrained, and naturally elegant. Paired with crisp white markers and Tudor's iconic snowflake hands, it creates a dial that is effortlessly legible yet undeniably charming. Inside, the MT5402 movement keeps time with reliable precision, offering chronometer accuracy and a robust power reserve. It is not a movement that seeks attention. Rather, it supports the watch's quiet confidence with dependable, understated performance. In 2025, the navy blue continues to command impressive secondary market strength, with most full-set examples trading between $3,200 and $3,600. Its value is bolstered not by hype or scarcity, but by universal appeal. The BB58 Navy Blue is simply a watch that feels right. On any wrist, in any setting, across any age group, its magic lies in purity. In a market saturated with oversized cases, experimental materials, and loud aesthetics, the navy blue stands apart by embracing restraint. It proves that elegance can be simple, that proportion can be powerful, and that a watch need not be dramatic to be unforgettable. That is why the Black Bay 58 Navy Blue holds the number 4 position. It is a modern classic, balanced, approachable, beautifully crafted, and destined to remain beloved long after trends shift. 3. Tudor Pelagos FXD Marine Nationale. At number 3, we encounter one of the purest expressions of Tudor's toolwatch identity, the Pelagos FXD, created in close collaboration with the French Marine Nationale. Crafted from lightweight titanium, the FXD feels like an instrument built for real missions, not display cases. Its fixed strap bars, milled directly into the case, eliminate spring bars entirely and reduce potential failure points. This single detail communicates exactly what the FXD represents. Absolute reliability for professionals whose equipment cannot falter. The bezel continues this utilitarian purpose. Unlike traditional dive bezels, the FXD uses a bidirectional 120-click design calibrated specifically for underwater navigation exercises. It is precise, tactile, and unapologetically specialized. A watch engineered to support military routines, not to impress luxury crowds. The matte navy dial enhances this sense of focus, free of gloss or ornamentation. It prioritizes legibility with snowflake hands, bold markers, and strong lume ensuring clarity even in murky depths. It feels modern yet firmly rooted in Tudor's historic partnership with the Marine Nationale. Inside, the MT5602 movement delivers COSC certified accuracy and rugged dependability, a caliber chosen for resilience rather than extravagance. In 2025, market value remains strong, with full-set examples trading between $3,400 and $3,900. Collectors continue to gravitate toward the FXD, not for hype, but for something increasingly rare in modern watchmaking: authenticity. It is a model that refuses to soften its military DNA for broader appeal, and that conviction earns deep respect. What makes the FXD compelling is the emotional weight behind its design. It feels built for purpose, for action, for stories written far from comfort. That is why the Tudor Pelagos FXD stands firmly at number 3 in our 2025 ranking. A watch of integrity, precision, and unmistakable character, an instrument shaped by real service. 2. Tudor Pelagos 42. At number 2, we highlight a watch that embodies Tudor's uncompromising professional spirit, the Pelagos 42. In a market where many divers drift toward luxury, the Pelagos remains defiantly true to its origins. A purpose-built instrument crafted for environments where reliability is non-negotiable. Made entirely from lightweight titanium, the Pelagos 42 strikes an exceptional balance between strength and comfort. Its matte surfaces, crisp edges, and disciplined geometry give it a distinct sense of purpose, the kind that instantly sets it apart from more polished luxury divers. The matte black dial continues its functional aesthetic. Bold markers, snowflake hands, and exceptionally bright lume create a clear, confident display in any conditions. The fully lumed ceramic bezel, one of its signature features, reinforces the watch's commitment to maximum legibility. Add the helium escape valve, and you have a reminder that this watch is not just dive-capable, it is saturation dive-ready. Inside the MT5612, movement offers COSC certified precision and rugged reliability. Paired with Tudor's innovative titanium bracelet and auto-adjusting clasp, the Pelagos adapts effortlessly to pressure changes in daily wear, further solidifying its reputation as a true professional companion. In 2025, the Pelagos 42 continues to hold strong secondary market value, typically ranging from $3,900 to $4,500. Collectors gravitate toward it not because it is fashionable, but because it is authentic. One of the few modern divers that still feels entirely devoted to its functional roots. What makes the Pelagos 42 especially compelling is the emotion it carries. It speaks to the spirit of exploration, the silent world beneath the waves, and the discipline of those who work in depths most people will never see. It is a watch that symbolizes capability, confidence, and purpose. That is why the Pelagos 42 earns the number 2 position in our 2025 ranking. An honest, technically superb diver that represents Tudor at its most authentic. 1. Tudor Black Bay Chrono Panda. At number 1, we arrive at the watch that has become the defining symbol of Tudor's modern rise, the Black Bay Chrono Panda. Few contemporary Tudor models command such universal admiration. In 2025, no Tudor watch combines charisma, heritage nods, and technical depth as seamlessly as this striking chronograph. Its visual impact is immediate. The crisp white dial, contrasted by bold black subdials, creates a dynamic, racing-inspired aesthetic that feels both classic and modern. Tudor's snowflake hands anchor the brand's identity within a layout reminiscent of some of the most iconic chronographs in watchmaking. Yet the execution remains distinctly Tudor, clean, muscular, confident. The tachymeter bezel frames the dial with purposeful elegance, giving the watch a presence that's assertive without being excessive. Every detail, from the recessed subdial rings to the polished case bevels, reflects deliberate craftsmanship. This isn't a watch trying to imitate greatness, it stands comfortably alongside it. Powering the Panda is the MT5813, Tudor's top-tier chronograph movement, built in partnership with Breitling and enhanced with Tudor's own finishing and regulating. With a column wheel, vertical clutch, and COSC certification, it offers smooth tactile feedback and robust performance that impresses even seasoned collectors. It delivers mechanical legitimacy worthy of its growing reputation. On the wrist, the Panda feels alive. It carries an energy that the rest of Tudor's lineup simply doesn't match, a sense of vibrancy and versatility that fits almost any setting. In 2025, its secondary market performance remains one of Tudor's strongest, consistently reaching $5,000 to $5,700 for full-set examples. Its broad appeal ensures steady demand. Enthusiasts appreciate its specifications, collectors admire its balance of value and style, and newcomers are instantly drawn to its bold, yet wearable design. That is why it stands at number 1 in our 2025 ranking, a charismatic, technically compelling, and timelessly appealing chronograph that defines the very best of Tudor today. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the top Tudor models shaping the 2025 market. 10 watches, each carrying its own story, its own character, and its own place in Tudor's evolving legacy. From the quiet elegance of the Black Bay 36 to the technical confidence of the Pelagos, and finally to the bold charisma of the Black Bay Chrono Panda, these timepieces remind us why Tudor continues to rise as one of the most compelling brands in modern watchmaking. If you found this deep dive insightful and enjoyable, I invite you to join our growing community of watch enthusiasts. Hit subscribe, tap the like button, and share this video with someone who appreciates the art of horology as much as you do. Your support helps us continue exploring the stories, craftsmanship, and market movements that make this world so endlessly fascinating. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until our next exploration, keep your watches wound, your curiosity alive, and your passion for fine timepieces always close at hand.